What's up, guys? Brand new day. It's actually pretty late right now. I have not done a whole lot of recording. I've been here since about 7, putting around. Not really putting around, getting stuff done. It's a lot of odds and ends of things that I've been working on today. Stayed here until about midnight last night. Was back here for about 7. I think I slept maybe about 5 hours in between there. I did as much physical stuff as I could possibly do, and I started slowing down about 9 o'clock. And then I started working on like the website. I had my daughter go through yesterday and scan everything that make sure that it was popping up. And there's a lot of things that were not popping up on the point of sale system, and I was kind of like, what's going on here? Because I knew not everything is listed and it has to be active in the system for it to be able to scan, but there was like something like this Synchro Silent, the 4.0. I knew that this was listed on the site. I did it myself, and it got a tag, so I was kind of concerned as to what was going on, because it needs to work. I know this thing wasn't very cheap, and I just recommended it to one of you guys that are setting up a store. And then I started doing some research, and I'm finding out, there was like this whole forum of just like absolutely tearing up the point of sale system. And then I was like, I was trying to problem solve it, so I kept on having problems with the Dr. Tim's, and I'll grab a ball here and show you guys what I did to fix it. So I ended up getting a printer and then making my own barcode. Well, I didn't have to do that, because with this system, because it works with the website and it keeps track of the inventory, but if you don't have the point of sale system set up when you are listing everything the first time, you actually have to go back through every single item and click the point of sale system to get it to work. So after, I don't know even how long it took me to do all the freshwater Dr. Tim's, and then going into the saltwater Dr. Tim's and making labels for everything, it took a bit of time. Came in this morning fresh and realized pretty quick how easily I could fix that, and just by a click of a button. But that was a pretty huge thing to figure that out. I was really kind of worried that I put a lot of money into the system, it's not working, what's going on? And then on top of that, they want money for the pro version of the point of sale system, which in theory it all looks absolutely amazing, but if it's not working, it's not working. But it was me that was not working, and I couldn't think through it, couldn't figure it out. So it was pretty awesome to get that figured out, even though that it was a huge waste of time to go through and put those UPCs on product that already had them. It is a skill set, and it is something that I'm going to need to learn, because there are going to be items here that are not going to have their own UPC. So to be able to create one, put it in the system, and then it scans just like everything else is a pretty good thing. So we got these coral cutters here. These were something that I was checking out, and I actually was working with some folks overseas with that. And then also another product here that didn't have a UPC. We got that figured out, and it's nice to be able to do that. I think it's a nice feature, but ultimately, the products that have their own, need their own, it's going to make it a lot easier. But going forward, we got that figured out, so that's a pretty good thing. With that being said, the store is being updated every single day. There's new products that are hitting the store. I myself I'm putting in about 2 hours a day. My other half is putting in about 2 hours a day, so there's a lot of stuff getting added every single day, and we're hoping to have that completely figured out by the end of this week. And then next week we'll start adding the corals and some of the fun stuff. So a lot of products here. Got some things to go through. Thought I did a pretty good job yesterday going through and checking everything, make sure that it was all working. Outside of that, we did have a little bit of a situation over here. I think I talked about this on One Take Sunday. The water was splashing out of this pretty heavily, and it looked like it was leaking. But I took some sponges, put it in there. I did that with the water box a long time ago, and that seems to have dried up our drip pretty good, and it's already drying up here in the bottom. I'm sure it'll take a day or so for that to settle itself down, but it's also quieted that down quite a bit. Only thing that would have been a little bit better if those were black sponges, kind of go with everything else. But this has been kind of the big focus for today, the cash wrap. I'm also straightening up my cables that I got going to my interwebs, and then I'm going to paint, doing a little bit of mudding there. I also need to work on the cash wrap itself. I use like that particle board stuff there on the bottom, and where I didn't have any support and it mat up, I need to fix that a little bit. But I like to get this painted up, that all figured out. I like to get something going here so this doesn't look so junky. We're going to put our baseboard on tonight. I probably won't be able to sand the mud. I'll probably have to take care of that tomorrow morning. We'll get that buttoned up. I got that all caulked and ready to get painted up. Get these ceiling tiles back, paint those up. I would like to get my inspections lined up and done this week, so next week I can pick my day and we're open. People are starting to get a little anxious about the store not opening. I'm getting phone calls. People want to know where their corals are at. The landlord came over today. He checked in. I guess the neighbors on this side are like getting questioned pretty heavily. I'm gonna get ran over. I am gonna get ran over when I open these doors up. All right, so I did a little bit of work in here as well today. Obviously, we're still working on the tiles, getting those painted up. These are the last three to go up. I need to put the finish coat on those, and they'll be ready to go. We started working on the quarantine rack, the saltwater one today. I forgot that I'm going to need a power strip, but I got my airline already set up to go. I just need to get a power strip so I can get the heaters in here, and then we're going to put the sponges in and get the water mixing. We got these guys over here, the freshwater section cycling. I need to get some sponges in here. I need to get some more of these ordered up, but we'll get that going and finish this off. I think this is going to be kind of a work in progress. This is going to be one of those things that are kind of expanding over time. But I'm going to feel better about having systems back here, quarantining, get these cycled, ready to go. So if I want to get some fish, I have an opportunity to buy something, maybe something's on sale. You know, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I can get 3 more 10s there, that'd be awesome. A couple 20s there up on the top, maybe some 20s on the bottom. Actually, I got a 20 to clean. I got a 20 from the cellar that I need to clean up. Get that cleaned up this evening, and then maybe I'll be able to play around some of the spacing here on the freshwater rack, see what that looks like. I think I'm going to use the 20 highs like that. I think I'm going to put 1, 2, then the 40, 40, 1, 2, a row of 10s. I'm thinking about lifting this rack up 1. I want to see how the 10s look there. Then I'm going to put a 10, that's my 33 long, and another 10, and that's pretty much the plan for that. These racks are pretty rugged. They're made to, I think this one's rated for 22,000 pounds. Obviously I wouldn't try to put 22,000 pounds on it. They're pretty strong, and then I put the wood on there because I didn't trust the fencing that they got there. but I think that fencing would be pretty good for utility wise. These are also going to be, I'm going to get some black ones. They're going to go and replace that mess right there. I'm going to get 2 of these, and I'm not going to use like this shelf here. I'll probably raise that up a little bit, and that's going to be my shipping station. So I'll have basically a rack on the bottom for shipping supplies, a table to pack my boxes, that won't be there, and then overhead where I can have a fence in the back, so I can have like bubble wrap, paper wrap for packaging, and then boxes overhead as well. I'm gonna get 2 of these, put them right next to each other, and have them over there. I think I'll get, I'll probably buy the last piece of wood I'm ever gonna buy in my life for that system, a sheet of plywood, and then we're done. I'm not buying any more wood. Literally the wood for these right here. You know how much that cost me? You know how much that cost me? $200. $200 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of wood. Crazy. Lots to do, especially if we want to be open next week. But if we can get those inspections lined up, get the website and the listing of all the products figured out, I think we're going to be all right. I do want to put a order of corals and fish in this week. I'm going to do probably a small order of fish through Reef. So it's going to be a lot of clownfish, maybe a couple dotty backs, and we'll probably do a humble order of corals, just to kind of see how things act when we put them into the systems. Because these systems aren't, they're not aged. So that's kind of an important thing. So we need to get them a little dirty, so that they can keep the corals and the fish nice and happy, but not too dirty. But folks, that's going to do it for today. Thanks so much for watching. If you're still watching, I don't even know how long this video is. My camera cut out at me at one point, but we're going to get this edited and put up on the YouTubes. See you tomorrow.